Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as the Nordic Empire, which apparently that's what this translates to, the Nordic Empire. My point still stands that I think it's silly to have a name in the local language if you're not going to do that with all the countries in the game. It's just kind of weird to have most of the countries named in English, or even weirder, like a situation like the German Reich here, where it's partially in English and partially in German. I just think it's strange. Either everybody should be in their local language or everybody should be in English or whatever language you have turned on for the game. But yeah, it's not a big deal. I just think that it's kind of weird to do it that way. But we got a lot of things we have to take care of here in the beginning of today's episode, since we just annexed Norway here, integrated them into the Nordic Empire. I've already spent almost all of our manpower, mostly on planes. Maybe I shouldn't have put so many air wings out there. If we need this manpower, because remember, we will be changing up the manpower laws very soon. We just need to get to 150 political power. But if we need it really bad, then I can always just get rid of some of those air wings. It's not that big of a deal, but most of them are training right now. So we're gonna let these guys train up. You can see just how many fighters we have. We also have some naval bombers and some close air support. And this should be enough for us to gain control of the skies in at least a few regions. The main ones that matter for us, like the lower Baltic Sea here, or over here in Denmark. So we'll let those guys train up and just get prepared for our offensive. Also got the fleets all merging. That's going to take some time before we get that done. So many of these are moving from these ports in Norway. And then we also need to manage all of our divisions. So I've taken these and put them into the training army. However, the problem here is that we have all these different division designs that we don't need. So we have 3 of them currently. There was a 4th one I got rid of. There was no divisions using it, and it wasn't better than any of the ones we already had. And so essentially these 2 designs here, this one's almost identical. I think it is identical actually, to our reserve division. And this is a cab one. So we're just gonna change these ones all over to this one here. And then this one is gonna become our normal infantry. And they're somewhat similar. There's some differences here as well. So there's gonna be some equipment adjustments, and it might require more manpower. Yeah, I think overall it's going to require more manpower. So that could cause some problems. But let's go and get those all switched up. So we want to take all the ones that are like this and this one here and change those to this division design. And yeah, we do need some manpower apparently. Okay, so that's going to cause some problems. So maybe what we might want to do is get rid of any division that's using this cab template in order to get some manpower from it. I think that would be the best bet. In fact, many of these, we don't really need a bunch of these reserve divisions. Might be able to get rid of some of them. We'll see, because we do have more ports that we need to guard. But let's go and get rid of these. It's going to get us 10,000 manpower, so that'd be pretty helpful. And then we're going to switch over this one here to this division design. You can see that there isn't any adjustments needed since they are pretty much the same. And this one will likely require additional manpower. Yeah, 1,400, so not too bad. And then we have the ones that are in this army here that need to be adjusted as well. So I think all of these, let me just double check here. Yeah, all of these guys got to be adjusted. So that's going to require quite a bit more manpower, 7,000. So it's good we did get rid of those units there. All right, so I think that might be it. Let's just double check here. No. We still have 2 templates out there of these guys, that's right. And then one of these, because they are actually over here. So it seems that Norway sent divisions to Italy, and here's the other one coming across here. I put them in a separate army for now. But basically, what I think we might do is get rid of these 2. And then we could always send this one back, I suppose. But yeah, let's disband those 2. I was going to use them over here, but due to our desperate manpower issues, I really think we need to be more careful with our manpower. Like, you could also get rid of this one rather than send them home just to get more manpower. I think that would be the best thing to do. So we probably want to send them into an allied port first. So probably Gibraltar would be the closest one. Let me see if I stop them. Can I redirect them? There we go. So we'll send them back to Gibraltar, and then when they get over there, we'll disband that one as well. Again, could send them home, but I think the manpower is a little bit more useful to us at the moment to just build our own division designs. By the time you send them back home and then he trains up. It's pretty much the same as it would be if we just built the division ourselves here. So we can go and get rid of that one, and once we get that one division destroyed, we can get rid of this design as well. I did forget that somebody asked me to show the casualties since I forgot last episode. So if you see our casualties, 13.4 thousand to the Germans, and we killed 456,000 of the Germans. Not a huge change there, I don't think, from the last episode. I don't recall though. So that's the situation currently. So the next thing we need to do is sign these dockyards, which we're going to need to build some new ships out, because I want to get another battleship going. So let's go ahead and take that 1940 hull and then make any adjustments just based on stuff that we've gotten since then. So like this anti-air, let's go and make sure we change this to the B. So add the anti-air in there. We still haven't gotten any other fire control systems yet. Just really short on all of our techs. We do have the better heavy engines there, so we can put those in. And that's the best dual purpose and the best armor, so don't need to change those up. And just anti-air then. That's all we got to change up then. So the anti-air here is increasing by quite a bit, 4.8 currently, so that's a good little chunk of extra anti-air. Also, we're getting increased speed here because of the better engine, so that's nice. So just overall, a better ship. So let's go and save that, and let's go ahead and put that out on the line here. And we'll assign the full 5 dockyards there, and then get them going to that dockyard once it's finished on the 15th of April 1944. So the war against Germany might be done by that point, but we'll definitely get this one here soon, September 11th. And then we can also, I think we still have dockyards, currently using 4 of these for repairs. I guess what we'll do is just assign them into the submarine for now, so we can go and get started, because we also need to trade for these aluminum. So I'm not sure who the best country to trade with would be. If we don't want to use convoys, it seems the Greeks are the best option. Can also trade with the Soviets, but they're a future enemy. So yeah, we'll trade with the Greeks, I suppose. And that'll get us all the aluminum that we need. Did sink another convoy out there. And yeah, apparently we already finished with those repairs. Okay, so let's go and get the next destroyer going. Though I believe we're waiting on some techs, aren't we? Yeah, the depth charge is here. Okay, so let's just invest in submarines then. Yeah, we'll just put all of our dockyards into submarines for now, so we can get those built a little bit quicker. Because, you know, we lost a good chunk of our submarine force. It is looking kind of pitiful at the moment. Yeah, not very impressive. These are all older submarines. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, just training up all of our planes, getting ready for the offensive as we also train up our troops, and we've already depleted all of our manpower. Wow. So that was quick. Was that a ship or something? No, we didn't build any ships. Just out to the troops, perhaps? Yeah, I assume that's what happened. So again, we're back in the no manpower situation. So luckily we've got this division that we can get rid of. Oops, we don't want to do it that way. We want to delete them up here. And that'll get us 12,000 manpower, but I'm assuming all of that's going to go out to whatever it is that we need here. We did finish up our focus, domestic aircraft designs are excellent, some more air experience, research bonus for the plane modules, and funds for the MIO. Alright, so the next 2 options are the formation flying, which gives you air detection plus 15% and interception mission efficiency plus 15%. So the air detection is helpful, interception mission efficiency not so much, because we're not really doing that right now. Over here you get ground bombing target plus 15%. Is that a new modifier? I don't recall if that was around or if they renamed it. It just sounds different to me. But anyway, it's plus 15%, and then you had the night operations penalty, negative 15%. I really think that's probably the better option, because while air detection is helpful, the interception mission efficiency is not. So we'll go for this one. So yeah, we'll see how much of that manpower is used up. All of it immediately. I think the big problem here is the garrisons with the 59,000, which is mostly in Finland. Now we can integrate Finland, but it costs 120 political power and then takes 360 days, so we won't be able to do that anytime soon, since we need to change up our conscription laws first so we can get more manpower. What we could do is like ask other countries for garrison support. So it seems that the British Raj would accept. So you're probably gonna get a lot from them. So we'll see how much they provide. That's 21,000, so that helps us. That'll get us some manpower back. Yeah, we can just kind of ask around and see who will give us garrison support. You know, the major powers probably aren't going to. Yeah, somebody told me that we could do it with the Dutch East Indies and the British Raj, and it seems that both of them are willing to grant it to us. In fact, that will be all of our manpower needs at 196,000, and so that gets us a ton of manpower since we don't need to provide it for the garrisons. That's pretty helpful, actually. So that'll get us a lot of our manpower back. So since we're waiting to build the destroyers until we get that one tech, since it's very close to getting it, and they are the depth charges, which is, you know, the major thing that you want for your destroyers. Let's go ahead and just get another line of submarines. I don't think there's anything we need to adjust here. Yeah, they're good to go. And we need to replace all the submarines that we lost. So let's go ahead and put another line here. And then what we'll do is just build like one of these ones here. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Just so we're making use of those dockyards. And let's go and place these destroyers here. Still waiting for some of those ships to get over here. And then we need to... I guess we'll have these guys go in this one. Yeah, we did take a lot of losses. Like we just lost another submarine there. Yep, lost another one. So yeah, definitely having some issue keeping the submarines out there. Can get another air doctrine. Now I think we're about to get a research bonus for air doctrines. Yeah, so might as well hold on to it. Yeah, it's fine. We're not really using the majority of our planes right now. They're training up at the moment. And so that's what we're waiting on. We actually have some of these guys done here. So let's go ahead and move these out. We've got too many planes over there currently. So all the ones that are trained up, let's go ahead and cycle them out here. And move them over here. They don't need to fly overhead because you just don't need that many planes up there. And so that's 200, so we can fit some more over here. And then we'll take anybody over here who needs training and have them train over here. And then we'll need to put some more planes there as well. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. What did we lose here? We lost a convoy. So these depth charges are going to be pretty helpful. So I think we have everything here except for the passive modifiers, the smoke generators, and of course there's all the passive modifiers here that we haven't gotten either. So that's a lot of stuff we have to work on. And if we want to do invasions, we should probably get this one. You know what, let's go and get that now. Because yeah, that'll really help us out, and that's something we want to do soon. So yeah, just non-aggression packs here that we're going to decline, because we know that they are a future enemy of ours. We're at 139 political power, just waiting to get to 150, although manpower is not as big of an issue. In fact, we could start building troops, so we have to keep in mind that we're going to take some casualties on our offensives. So let's go ahead and get... I think we'll do logistics and signal companies so we can start filling out these divisions. And then also we unlocked a trait here for the raiding fleet. So there's only 2 bonuses left for submarines. The max speed and mine lane, and then one down here which will increase production output. Problem is, in order to get that, you got to get ones that we don't actually need. This does not affect submarines, it's only cruisers. It's increased surface visibility. Then we also have to get this one here, which does not affect submarines. It's decreased surface visibility for capitals and screens. So I mean, I guess this one helps for the destroyers, but this one does not, since it only affects the cruisers. So yeah, that's not bad. We do want to get that. So let's go ahead and get this one, even though it doesn't help us. You can also see we are running low on fuel. We'll have too much aluminum. So let's go and pull back on that and instead give it to the Russians for some more oil here, which clearly we need another one. We got the infantry anti-tanks. All right, excellent. So that gives that hard attack and piercing. And so let's get the support weapon 4s next. And then also we got another trait here. So we are at level 5 for the artillery manufacturer. That means that you can start getting policies, but of course it requires political power, something that we are incredibly short of. And this is one thing that I have noticed with any country that has gotten new mechanics, recently, they just have such a huge shortage of political power. Like you play as Germany, who hasn't gotten any new content in a long time. And then also, I think their leader has a bonus to political power too. But as Germany, you don't have that shortage of political power as you do when you play with these countries who've gotten new content, because they have added so many mechanics that require political power. And they're constantly adding new mechanics, and some of them affect every country, and some of them only affect specific countries. And so like the metals are one example that everybody has access to. And so political power has just become this thing that it went from something that you kind of stacked up on, like you'd fill out your stuff, and then once you're done, you just had, hundreds and hundreds of it with nothing to do with it. So we went from having far too much political power, or maybe just not enough to spend it on in HOI4's early history, to now having too little of it, or just too much to spend it on. And so I'm wondering if maybe we don't need like some other type of value or something for spending. I don't know, because everything costs political power. But yeah, let's go and get our trait here. We're getting that gun mass production. That's going to increase production efficiency gain and the cap, and also reduce the cost of the political power whenever we use this. So that's going to be pretty helpful, since we're just talking about our political power problems. So yeah, we're at that level 5, and if we had the power, then we could start using those policies. That's something we're going to be limited to until like the late game, if we ever get to do it, because we're always going to have lots of stuff like metals, for instance, that we need to spend political power on. So I suppose we could build a few more units, or maybe we should first get the rest of these things added here with the support companies, because we've got the maintenance company. I think this is the only one that we're going to add this to, so it's going to add it now. That'll take a little bit of manpower, but not much. Let's train another tank unit here. And how much manpower do these each require? 13,000. Okay, so I'm hesitant to, I guess we're getting another. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll do 2 more. 3 more. 3 more, guys. Because we should have that political power soon to change up the conscription laws. I'm trying to tell these guys to go over here. There we go, beautiful. And so we'll have 5 tank divisions. That's the idea for our offensive, and 5 marine divisions, which these guys clearly need to train up as well. So let's get them training. Yeah, you see we have these medals to award, but just aren't able to do it right now. Sunk 2 of those convoys, and also we finished up the construction of that battleship. All right, lovely. So now we got a bunch of free dockyards here, and we also got that 1 tech, so we need to design those destroyers. I did forget about that. And so I'm glad we had to come back in here so we can get the 1940 destroyer hulls updated. So we're going to get the dual purpose anti-air. Get that sonar in here with the radar. Still need to upgrade the torpedoes. And then it's probably going to be... Do we want all depth charges on here? Obviously that's the main use for these, is sink submarines. However, getting the anti-air up would also be quite helpful. So you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put more anti-air on these. And unfortunately, we're just short of finishing this. Okay. So we need 10 more experience. So we'll wait to build those and just put the dockyards into the attack subs for now, which we need to replace all those losses, so it's fine. Let's go and put the battleship over here. What is taking these ships so long? Can we not get through these straits? That's what the problem is. It's contested, so they can't even get over here. Okay, I see. So we'll just want to have these ones go into this task force for now. There we go. So we'll have like 1 task force out here and 1 in here, since we can't move through the straits at the moment. And so we will not be putting them out there until after. This is our old one. And are there more ships out here? There might be. I'm not entirely sure why these submarines couldn't go over there, because submarines can pass through here. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they weren't joining up there. Looks like they should be able to go now. Yeah, not sure what was going on with that one, why they weren't merging there. Yeah, that'll get us some more submarines out here. Yeah, we want to wait to put the fleet out there until we have the planes all ready, which we're very close to having done here. Just training up some more of these. Let's go ahead and move out all those that are already trained. Any fighters here? Let's have 200 of these. I think that's all that's going to be necessary. Is 300 flying overhead. And let's move these guys over here as well. Have them train up. And then any other planes need to be moved around here. Looks like we're pretty good. So yeah, we're just going to let these guys train up. We're still waiting on troops anyways before we launch our offensive. And so we're going to do it all at the same time, around the same time. Put the ships out there, the planes, and then start attacking with troops. So just need a little bit more time here to get ready. And most importantly, I want to change the conscription law, which we now have the political power to do. So let's go and do this. And that should fix our manpower issues. So yeah, we'll get a lot of manpower with that. So we'll start to see that go up pretty quick. And I don't know if we'll have any further manpower problems, but this is all we're going to get. Now, given we have the annexation of Iceland and Denmark, that's not going to generate a lot. And so we need to be very careful from this point on with our manpower. And that has resulted in France joining into the war against us. And so there's going to be fighting on this front here, and then fighting in North Africa as well. So we'll have to see how that goes down. Sunk 3 convoys there. And we finish up the construction of one of those submarines. Okay, excellent. Do we have the experience? Just about. It's like so close. I'm just going to let it play for a second. I know we're not building anything, but it's fine. There we go. So we can finish up this destroyer design. And we can just go ahead and decommission all the 1936 ones. Just get these last 2 things added in here. Get that saved, and then we'll get them built. Put the full dockyards into them. And that looks good. We might want to pull back on the submarines, make sure we're focusing on the destroyers a bit more. And we've already gotten 2 of these subs built here. So let's go ahead and start filling in our losses here, guys. All right, excellent. Just getting it done on that front. Also, these guys could join into this one here, since those are all the level 1 submarines. All right, so this is what our main fleet is gonna look like. We've got the battleship, and then this is a battle cruiser. The Vasa 2, I've been calling it battleship, it's battle cruiser. So we got these 2 here, and then 3 of the heavy cruisers, the best 3. So this is the best class of the 4 different types of class we have for those coastal defense ships. None of them are very good, but that's a total of 5, and therefore we don't actually have enough screens for them, but we're just going to have to run it like this. We will have naval bombers out there. I'm not too concerned about it. We'll just have to see. We'll see what happens. But hopefully this will be enough screens, because currently we only have 13, and at bare minimum we want to have 15, but really we should have about 20 screens. And so we only have 13, but that's what we got, because unfortunately just can't get any of these ships through here right now. Now we can put these guys out there, I suppose, but we're not going to. We're just going to leave them here for now. And wait until we open this up, and then we can bring those ships through here, because this is where we want to fight the Germans, is in the Baltic. And so it's going to really rely on our planes. And so we have 2 wings of naval bombers. That's all we got currently. We got one in the lower Baltic, and then the other one is going to be in the Danish belt. I would bring more fighters over here. We'll see if they provide any air cover here for their ships, and if they do, we might want to switch some of these over to the Danish belts, because we have 600 fighters over Denmark and 200 close air support. And that's what we can fit in this airbase. The problem has turned out to be airbase space. We don't have enough. And so we're going to go ahead and prioritize building up these airbases, because clearly that's the issue here. And so let's go ahead and build this one up. No, actually, let's put these up towards the top. And we don't even have an airbase over here. So let's go ahead and build this one up, because yeah, that'd be helpful for this area. And so yeah, let's just get these focused on. Could also build one here. I don't know if that'll be necessary now. Let's just build 2 there, because we know we need air bases, guys. So we're gonna focus on building those, and then also we got a trait for the fighter MIO, and we know we want to get that reliability. Let's go ahead and update that as well. That means we will have to update the production line. There we go, beautiful. So we are short on rubber as well. That's because we're not getting as much from the British Raj currently. So let's just go ahead and get it from Malaya instead. All right, so our planes are now overhead. Let's just turn this down a little bit and see how things are going. And then let's take a look at our troops and see how close they are. We actually have the tanks. They are done. And so let's go ahead and create a new army here for them. And we will make them, let's see what color we want to do here. I guess we'll do like a different, like a lighter red or something, since we have, I don't know, yeah, I guess that works. Something like that. And this is going to have that one tank commander in charge, or that guy we saved to be our tank commander. So he'll be in charge of the tanks. And then we're still waiting on that marine unit. Let's actually go ahead and deploy that unit now. We can deploy all these units, I suppose. I can just train over here. Yeah, that's fine. I also have these guys over here training. Letting those guys train on the border. Doesn't look like they're gonna be needed, although it seems that the Germans still haven't been pushed back on this front. It's mostly in the south where they're losing grounds. We got our national focus completed, excellent. So 2 more focuses to get, and one of them is a 35-day focus. So it's gonna get that. And yeah, we could try and launch an offensive here now, but let's just wait because we can pull some troops off. Let's first win in the sea, or try to, and see what we can make happen here. So yeah, we're already sinking more convoys here, and that's without any assistance from the planes currently. They did not assist in that. So not seeing any German planes at all in this area. They're probably focused on other fronts. They're just not concerned with this one. So yeah, we sunk those 6 German convoys there. All right, excellent. So yeah, we now control the skies. Oh, looks like they got some bombers here. Okay, so that's what I was worried about. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the fighters that are here and put them over here. Just to make sure that we can shoot down any fighters that are there and control the skies. Yeah, this is what we want to see. All green on the air front. Alright, so we did get this tech here researched. And so we'll have to get those new artillery building. Let's go ahead and go with the, I guess we'll do the anti-air here next. Get that done in 42 days. And then we're going to want to update that artillery to level 3. All right, excellent. So how are we doing on equipment right now? Looks like we're good all across the board. Everything's green. Excellent. Still waiting to see where our manpower is going to get to before we build any more units here. Again, that's probably all we're going to get. So we need to be cautious with it. We can go ahead and set up a naval invasion with these commandos. We can kind of see what they got here. It's basically 1 unit protecting every location. So remember, we want to hit them and do damage to their territory. We can also come here and attempt to cut off the troops here in preparation for our offensive. So yeah, maybe land right there. We'll see if it's defended. It's still best to take ports if we can. But with the commandos, we just don't have to take ports. But we'll try and get a port. This is just easier that way. Alright, so they'll move over there and start their planning. There's not a lot of Marines, so it shouldn't take too long to get that planned. But we do control this zone, but not this one. Oh, you know what? I never sent these guys out there. My bad. We could put them on patrol. Generally, what you want to do is have a separate patrol fleet that is screens, because the capital ships just cost so much in fuel, so you don't want them out there patrolling. And so you put the patrol ships out there, and they look for the enemy fleet. And then once they locate them, then your capital ships, which are on strike force, will then go out there and fight them. But we don't have any patrol ships, so essentially these guys would only be engaging in battles that the submarines are already fighting in. Yeah, I think that's the way we'll have to do it, because they have been attacking our submarines pretty reliably. So this should result in them going out there, and I don't know if I have them assigned a zone, so that's also required. There we go. So we want them to go to these two areas where we're providing them bomber support. And we'll see if they go out and fight at all. But we got to get, basically our submarines have to get attacked. If worse comes to worse, we can just put that whole fleet on patrol, and we're going to have to pay a lot of fuel for them. And we are running short on fuel to trade with the Soviets. So essentially we're going to have to trade with somebody else. I suppose Iran. And that might not be enough either. Alright, that's alright for now. But yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to go out there. Again, if they don't get pulled into any of the battles. Now, we do have them set to only engage at medium risk. And I think that's probably the best way to keep it. But they might not go out there. Because they might not realize that they have air support. And thus they just kind of sit in port. We'll see. We'll leave them on medium for now. Of course, we can also do the patrol. And now we're not getting all the oil from the Soviets. We're just asking for too much. So instead, we'll get it from Iran. Just try and keep it in a positive. So we continue to build that up. But yeah, our planes are obviously costing us quite a bit here. Alright, so these close air support still need to train up. Let me see if we got anything in the stockpile that we can pull out and get training. Mainly looking for our naval bombers here. So let's get those out there. We have a lot of planes here, guys. We do have these air bases built up, so I want to move these planes over to here. They can cover that zone just a little bit better. It doesn't really matter because they can cover it fine there, but I want them all in the same kind of location so we know where they're at. But yeah, we could always have close air support do the bombing if necessary. And then let's go ahead and move another fighter wing over here since we can fit them in that space. Get them doing air superiority. And then maybe do another one overhead here. And let's just see where they're at, if they're here at all, again, because it seems like they're just not focusing on this area. Yeah, they're just not concerned. Are they still out there? Their ships. They're not. So yeah, we should be able to do our invasions. Seems like the Germans have pulled back their ships. Which makes sense, I suppose. They don't want to contend with us. So basically we do control the sea here. And so we can do this invasion as soon as they finish planning, which they'll get done in 10 days. Do we want to wait for the Marines here? Probably not. Could also just throw them in there without there. Yeah, you know, I guess we'll just do that. They don't have to be fully trained. They'll get some training, some on-the-job training. So move them over there. And then did those tanks finish up? Not quite. They're almost done. And they're not going to be good for attacking here. Essentially, you want to get control of a port before you send them anywhere. We did get a factory. Let me just see where we want to put this, just based on how we're doing. I guess the tanks. You always need more tanks. And then the rest will go into the naval bombers, because yeah, we could clearly use a bit more of those. Though apparently we're not going to be battling the German fleet, because they don't want to put their ships out there. So we did get the Air Force modernization. So we do need to get this in order to get the research slots. However, it would be more helpful to go ahead and get these techs now. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one. And then we'll get that one later because it's not really actually going to help us. It's just something we have to get at some point. Also, we want to put these guys underneath the field marshal. And we're going to bring them over here as well. Because we added another division in there, now it's going to take 35 days, so we got to wait 9 more days. We did get the logistic companies. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and get the signal companies next. And then we're going to add these into our units. So we want the logistics here. Do the Marines have an open slot? I don't think they do. No, they do not. Okay, yeah, we won't get them. The logistics, it's fine. But I think we will be adding those to the medium tanks. So now we're going to have to train those guys up a little bit higher. We can also get rid of this template here. Alright, so those guys are going to need further training now. And let's move this guy here to Oslo. I don't think we have to worry too much about naval invasions at this point. We're in a pretty good position at the moment. But yeah, we will need to train up some of the troops, just based on those changes we made. Currently have 51,000 manpower, almost 52,000. Oops. Well, these guys will have to train once they get there. These troops might not need to train because they already have so much experience. Yeah, they might not even need it. But yeah, we do control all the skies, and they're not being, they're not even contending it. Yeah, they're not even being challenged for the skies, and the sea, we control that as well with no German ships attempting to contend. Alright, so let's take a look and see if these Marines are ready to go. They are. Alright, let's go and do our landing. This is our first offensive. We're going to try and get up behind these guys. And we'll be launching an attack, which I did not get a planning bonus for these guys, so we should probably do that while we wait for these Marines to land. Well, we might not want to attack across this way. I think we're actually going to want to attack across this way here. So let's give them some more troops to work with here. Also, these guys need to train up. These tanks don't need much experience, but again, there's just no point on having them do the go on the amphibious invasions. Alright, so they do have too many troops here for us to win against a port. That's not incredibly surprising. I wanted to try it though to see if it would work. Clearly it's not going to work. Let's go ahead and stop that. So I've just moved the invasion over to here, as I don't need to plan it since we just edited it. Well, they will have to get their organization back up before they'll be able to launch that. So this is not a port province. There are ports that you might be able to take nearby, especially if they're looking weak like that. But of course, the main thing we're going to get here is just damaging all their stuff every time we land. Maybe we could attack somewhere else over here to cut these guys off. We'll try that later, guys. We could even plan another invasion here so that it'll be planned up, even if we don't have any troops assigned to it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let's get another invasion. And we're going to want to hit them probably right here. Yeah, there won't be any troops assigned to that one. We did get the improved anti-air upgrade. Alright, excellent. So do we want to do the next one? Well, we do have research bonuses for these, so it makes sense to get them. We get those in 42 days. Doesn't take very long. And Portugal can now be traded with. I'm thinking this might have to do with whether or not they're a major power. That might be what controls this. And clearly, the thing we need the most is not research bonuses or even experience, but stability and weekly manpower. So we're going to continue to trade for that, since those are the two things that we're having trouble with right now. So I think that is the best thing for us to try and get from that. We can go ahead and use our army experience now to get this last Spirit of Division command here, which we're going to get the flexible organization, increase our division speed, and also organization loss when moving is reduced. So yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to win here. We're letting them get a planning bonus right now. They did accept that. All right, excellent. So got the stability up to 40% now. Still pretty low, still getting a penalty there, but it helps. So yeah, the Marines just need to get their organization back up. And hopefully it'll be easier to attack here. It seems like they're only protecting ports at this point. I don't know. There's some troops here. Yeah, they might have one division protecting each of the coastal provinces, so they're not going to make it easy for us to get any victories here with the naval invasions. We did get the support weapons. Let's go and get the mechanized next. And they did unlock another trait here. These guys are now level 5 for the infantry. weapons manufacturer, so again, can spend political power on the policies if he got it available, which we do not. So this is increased reliability. This one here is probably what we were trying to get. Yeah, I think that's the one we wanted to work towards here. So let's go and get that so we can reduce the political power and also increase the production efficiency. So it's helpful. Everything we can do to try and reduce the amounts of political power that we're spending on those would be helpful. So yeah, ever since we put our ships in the sea, there's been no naval battles at all. It's like the Germans had just completely shut down their fleet. They don't even want to attempt to contend with us. And they are now losing territory over here in the north as well. Yeah, they're not having good success over there. Looking at the situation over here, seems that the British might have lost a couple of provinces over here. It's going really, really slow at this point. Yeah, they're stymied over here. It looks like everybody is stuck in a stalemate. That's the way it seems anyway. Let's go ahead and launch this next invasion. See if we can have success with this one here. We could give them the assistance of the fleet, but it's not necessary. But yeah, that might have helped us out in that one battle there. Yeah, nobody is defending here, so a bit of land. And then as commandos, they should have done that damage. We did get that. Yeah, we did get this one here. We still have to get the last one here, but this is for the amphibious vehicles, which we don't even have. Alright, so we've landed here, and thus they should have done some damage here. I wish there was a little pop-out that showed you doing damage. We do not have supply, but remember we can just take off, or we're supposed to be able to just take off. I'm not entirely sure how that works. So they're supposed to be able to just leave from any coastal province, but they cannot. I was thinking there's like a button or something you have to press, but that is not the case, it seems. I'm wondering if they can only do it if they don't have any support companies. That's the only thing I can think of. Like if you took all the support companies out, would that allow them to do it? Because then that's kind of useless. I mean, it's not useless because you still land real quick and do the damage and then take off. But that means you don't want to use it for your normal marine divisions. So that'd be unfortunate because I thought you could use them like a regular unit. I guess it might make sense. They wouldn't be able to just take like artillery and anti-tank and leave. I don't know. Maybe you have a penalty where they have to leave everything behind. The point is that these guys are now in trouble. So we're going to need to have them advance and take this port so they can get out of there. We can try and build a port. We'll never get it built in time, but sometimes you can get it done. So put it over there just in case. But they'll likely send a ton of troops over here to wipe these guys out. And so now we need to prioritize trying to get that port. And so it would be wise for us to give these guys some naval bombardment. And so that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and have them stop the strike force mission and then come over here so we'll get a bombardment bonus. And then we're also going to want to give them some assistance with our planes. Probably from right here is what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and have some more planes come down here. So like some close air support. Should have done that anyways and had this already ready. And then also some fighters if we have them. I don't have any in there. That's close air support as well. Do we not have any available fighters just kind of sitting around? Then what we want to do is just take one of these guys, have him come over here. I want to do the more ground crew since we can't fully cover that, so we'll have a small efficiency penalty, but that's really not too bad, honestly. And then just take one of these fighters over here and have them help us out so we get as many bonuses as possible. Alright, so we're attacking, we're getting as many bonuses as we can here. Getting the air support. You know, remember we are short on supplies, so that's going to get worse as we fight here. But we're also getting the short bombardment bonus and the air superiority penalty. Or they're getting the penalty, but that'll get us the port that we needed. And now we can go ahead and send, if we have them done here, we do, send some tanks over here. Oh, nope, don't do it that way. Go in here, please. And then we'll also go ahead and make sure that they're here. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything with this, guys. We will see. We'll just take off if we have to. I'm hoping to pull off some of these troops so they go over here and cover this, or just help anywhere. I mean, they'll have to pull divisions from some location to cover this. Let's go and attack those guys so they can't move wherever they're wanting to move. We're going to kind of start filling this out here. And we'll keep this port building so that in case they take this location, we'll still have a port. And also, that's just another port they have to defend if we get pushed back into the sea, so it's beneficial to us. So now we need to get that airbase over here. They do have some tanks here. Let's go and have these guys take this location. And that's not going to work, so we'll just go ahead and stop that. We'll stop that as well. Then have these guys go grab that airbase, so we'll have an airbase closer and thus be able to provide our bonus here a little bit better. So do we want to give them some more troops? We're obviously going to give them these tanks here. So bring some troops from over here to this area so we can put both of these full-size units into this marine army to kind of help out. Again, I don't know if we'll actually be able to like hold on to this. If we can't, we can't. It's not that big of a deal. But let's go and start pushing forward with the tanks. We'll take that fortified location as well. We'll keep our fleet here, providing the bombardment bonus whenever we're fighting in this area, though that's only for the defense. You might want to make sure that you move them. Move them over here so we're getting the bonus for that battle. Because yeah, I'd like to really take that over if we can. So yeah, I get that bombardment bonus there. I suppose you could, even though they don't have screens, it's not that big of a deal. You could provide these guys here so they give the bombardment bonus if anybody attacks that unit again. Alright, so we've taken this Polish province. Let's go ahead and try and get that airbase. See if we can win here. These marine divisions are not great. They're small. And tank might have some success there. Looks like so far they are. And if we can get behind this unit, then that would be optimum. We did get the airbase taken over. Alright, excellent. So let's go ahead and take all the planes that are already assigned here and move them over to here. And then we can get one more air wing over there. So we currently have quite a few still training. Let's get another fighter wing over there. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's pull fighters from these areas here. So we're gonna take this guy and have him come over here. All right, excellent. Make sure we have control of the skies. And we are winning on that battle. That is a fortified province. This is a level 2 fort though, so it's not a large fort. We're going to help out with this tank here. We need the tanks to cover all this. They're just for pushing troops forward. Unfortunately, this guy did get cut off, so that's not a great situation. Let's go and attack these guys over here. So yeah, I didn't have anybody to help out there. Remember, if they take the airbase, you know, let's say they destroy this unit here, which does look like it might end up happening. If they take the airbase, the planes do fly elsewhere. I know some people think that you just lose them. That is not the case. And then let's see if we can't get Danzig now. No, we cannot. Tanks just can't do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this back. Have this guy go here and this guy go over here. I just won't defend this for now. And then let me see if I can't push forward here, because if not, we're going to just try and... We can. Let's take one of these guys and have him come over here. It's clearly not going to be able to help out there. So we'll see if we lose that one unit. As of right now, they're attacking with everybody, so it does look like that one Marine is going to be wiped out, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah, he did get cut off. Those planes are going to take off, and so what we're going to need to do is make sure they're going where we want them. Oh, we have another airbase over here. But it's not large enough to maintain all the planes that are currently there. So let's just take a few of these. Let's see. We need to take 200 of them and then move them over here. Just so we don't get any penalty there. Alright, excellent. So unfortunately we did lose that one Marine unit. So let's go ahead and replace the Viking. Maybe we'll do 2 of these, since we do now have manpower available. And also get another tank unit. A couple more tank units, perhaps? No. Trying to be easy with the manpower, guys. Since that's all we got. And you know, we're going to take some casualties here, because the Germans aren't done yet, as we've seen. They can put up a bit of a fight. Let's bring some more troops over here. We still got the 1 port, currently. They did take this province, but then they left it. So yeah, I just want Danzig. So we want to keep the tanks. This keeps getting stretched out. So we want to keep the tanks here, because we want Danzig. And they're launching their attack here. We need... Oh nice, we sunk 2 submarines there. Right, excellent. Let's move these guys over here. And then we can move them back into port, since we see the submarines are out there roaming. We don't want them to easily sink those coastal defense ships. So yeah, we'll use the capital ships here to get the bonus there. And they are trying to come up behind us here. This would not cut the troops off, but still, we don't want them to be able to advance there. So let's go ahead and do an attack. I was trying to cut those guys off. Clearly that has not been working. So we'll just push them back here. Because yeah, we have not been able to take Danzig successfully. Alright, so that should result in a victory there. We did get the improved anti-air upgrade. Alright, excellent. So I suppose we want to start working... Well, it is 1943 now, isn't it? Okay, so that's going to result in us having some new techs that we can get. We still haven't gotten the advanced computing machine. But the industrial techs are now available as well. So I guess we'll get this one, so we can research faster. We'll have the landing craft done soon. But yeah, I don't know that we'll be able to hold on to this. That really wasn't the goal here. And these guys have failed in their attack. So we'll try it again. Let's see if they can win. And you know what? Let's leave this unit here for defense, just in case we fail those attacks. And then we might want to make sure we have planes training here, because we do need more naval bombers and more close air supports. We can get another fighter one, though that's really not our main issue at the moment. It's not really a lack of fighters. So let's get them training. How are we doing in the skies? Seems that we do control this zone here, but we're not actually over here. It's just a separate air zone, so we're going to want to move these planes over here. We are also bombing those German U-boats. All right, fantastic. And yeah, clearly our attacks here are not successful. Okay, so that's unfortunate. So really need the Marines, I think, to get across this. And so maybe we'll bring the Marines out and bring these troops in. Because yeah, clearly we're not going to be able to get this done. So let's start slowly moving these units over here. Looks like we should have a win here. So we'll just take control of that. Give us another port as well. Let's actually bring these guys over here. Have another Marine assist to make sure we don't lose that province. We are fighting in the winter, so we did our invasion like right in the winter. Let's see if we can't take Danzig now. We're actually going to send all these guys in. And the tank support. And we did get that landing craft as well. All right, excellent. So for our next naval tech that we want to get in here, let's go ahead and do stuff for the destroyers, I suppose. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. So we'd want to get this and probably the torpedoes first. Those are a little bit more important for your destroyers. We sunk another German submarine. So having some success now in the seas. There's another one. So sinking a few of those submarines at this point. But yeah, I can't really break through here. Just as difficult as it was for them to break through, we're having that same kind of issue, and that's without them having ports. because amphibious attacks are challenging. And so yeah, we're bringing all the troops over here, and then we'll evacuate the Marines in time. As the Marines aren't really all that helpful anyways. They can hold some territory, but I mean, these guys aren't great. They're small. But yeah, I don't know that we'll actually be able to hold on to this, especially with the Soviets over here declaring war on Iran. I assume that's going to result in them joining the Axis now, even though they're not fascists. We'll have to see what happens there, but often they do join whatever faction is fighting. Yeah, now the Soviets are going to invade through here. And so you can see that the Soviet Union is quite aggressive. But with the French in the war, this has opened up new fronts that's distracting the Allies. We do see some successful invasions here, though, in Greece. But yeah, the Axis is not done yet, guys. They're clearly still in the fight. So unfortunately, we do need to end today's episode here. We're going to get another tank unit. That's a total of 8 tank units. You might try and get it to 10 if we have the manpower. Probably won't, though. And we still need more infantry. We don't have a ton of infantry divisions currently. But what we could do is pull these guys off. And I think we should. Yeah, I think it would be in our best interest to maybe just replace those if you're really that concerned about it. Because we don't have to worry about naval invasions anymore. Just replace these guys so that all the regular divisions can come over to this front. And again, we're going to be rotating these Marines out, and we'll also take him with us. He'll go over here, and then we'll switch up the army. And so that it's this army in charge over here. And our better general. And then the Marines will come over here and try and attack across. Yeah, we'll send these troops over there, and then just have any of these garrison troops here. So some of these are actually regular divisions. Like these guys here. Since we don't have to worry about naval invasions as much. And just send them over there to hold that front, just in case. And we don't even need to have it this large. We can just bring it down some. Alright, so that's the plan. So we'll get more troops coming over to this front. And we'll see if we can't expand upon it. At the very least, defend it. Just have another front opened up that the Germans have to, put troops on. They got to man it. Maybe that'll weaken this front up. Because, yeah, I'd like to get across here, but I think the only way we're going to do it is with those Marines, those commandos. Real unfortunate they can't do the evacuation when you have, I'm guessing that's why, is because we have the support companies in there. And so it makes them not as good. And so I don't know if you want to like make these regular Marines again. It really just depends on what you value here as far as the stats go. Because you're going to lose some breakthrough, but not much, and gain quite a bit of defense and a little bit of organization here. And so is the defense, I mean, clearly the defense is way better than the breakthrough here. So I think, yeah, if you can't use them for their special ability, now given they still do the damage when they land, and so you still do that, but you have to attack ports then so you can evacuate, or at least attack near a port so you can try and take control of it. But yeah, we have done our first successful naval invasion, guys. And if we pull the Marines out, then we can do some more naval invasion. Just open up multiple fronts just to cause the Germans problems. But most importantly, we're going to try and get control of Denmark. See if we can't do a successful invasion over here. But I do hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave your comments. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.